All right, to assemble the horseshoe, we're going to need two 9.5-inch pieces. You should have cut these from the 33-inch pieces as when you were cutting off your legs and these two pieces right here. So you needed 22-inch legs and then these two 9.5ers. They were cut from those longer pieces, 33 inches. And also we provided this piece here at 6 inches, and you have two pocket holes on each end. All right, so now we're going to kind of lay this out. So we kind of inspect now which looks better, what side. Choose the nicest side and put that down, and because that's going to be the top. We're going to assemble this upside down. So what you're going to also need is a pocket screw. Now a pocket screw is got like a hockey puck up on top. It is not a chamfered head. It is more of like a hockey puck with a square hole in it. Also, you're going to want a square drive bit, and the longer the square drive bit, the better. If you have something short like this, it's going to be a little more difficult to get into there. So we come along like this, and we put a little bit of glue on there, smear it around. And you're going to want a flat surface, a real flat surface, to assemble this, because you'll want this as flush as possible right here. If you have a clamp would be really helpful to put on that seam, and then make sure it's flush on the front right here. Make sure the edge of that and all sits flush, and then drop in the screw and run the screw in there until it's nice and tight, but don't over screw it, because it will go right through the end of that pocket hole, and then you'll be out of luck. So once that pocket head hits into that bottom of that hole, call it done. Now my battery's about to die, so we'll just simply show you, and you're going to do the same thing to this other piece over here. Put some glue on there. If you have a clamp, if you don't have a clamp, then you'll just have to do it to the best of your ability without a clamp. So let me see if I can get this on here before the battery goes dead. Come along like so. I'm going to drop that into there and get it started into the hole, and then I'm going to use my thumb as a clamp, and I'm going to go ahead and there, it's all snug in there. And now the next thing I want to do is make sure that this is laying flat. Last thing I want it to be is all crazy like this, okay? So I want it nice and flat. That's why it's good to also have a flat surface. Well, we're going to go ahead and let that dry and come back to it for putting our legs on. All right, your horseshoe should be dry now. So now you have to spend some time sanding it. If you have a power sander at home, a random orbital sander, I'd best use that one if I were you. But if this is all you have, this is all you have, okay? And so what you want to do here is you want to work on all of the edges, all right? You don't have to sand it down forever, but I do want you to take it and just dull it so that it's not sharp. Prior to sanding, run your hand along that. It's a sharp corner, and you might easily get a sliver, and so we want to dull that down. So every single edge on here, with the exception of the end, we don't want this to be sanded down. We just want to sand down every other edge. All right? After that's all done, then we want to glue the two nicest looking triangles you have right here. So I'm going to assume that this is all dried, or all sanded, and then all I'm going to do, and this is, let's see here, a thin film of glue, nothing crazy. The more glue you have, the more it leaks out, okay? So now, we're going to take this and we're going to glue it onto there, and what we're going to do is try to center it as best we can, and we also want to make it flush, right there, flush. Nice and tight, not hanging over and not and not short of the edge. We want to be able to feel that perfectly flush. We'll do the same to the other triangle. My battery's about to die, so I have to call it quits, but that's your job for today. Hold on to this for about a minute, let that glue set, and then you're good. Come back and work on this tomorrow after this is dried for 24 hours.